get Atka for a program, what we do is usually bring him some sort of treat. Lately he's been on omega-3s to help with his skin and coat and arthritis, so I inject chicken with that, and that's how I give it to him, so it's mutually beneficial to all. So typically I go in, unlock the gate, he comes in, he gets his chicken, close him into this little area, Maggie will hand me the leash, and I'll put the leash over his head, and we walk out.
What we did is, once he stepped in the mud, we just went ahead and took some plaster, mixed with water, poured it into the paw print, and then we let it dry in the sun, that side, and then we just pulled it out of the ground now, and you can see his individual toe pads. You can see a few of his nails. That one came out really nicely, actually. So then what we'll do after this, we'll let this side dry a little bit. We'll give it a good brushing just to get a lot of this loose dirt off the top, and then it'll be good to go. It'll have sort of a bronze kind of look to it.
AC cranking. We have Atka's dog in the middle. Ready to go?
He is an Arctic gray wolf. He just turned 11 a little while ago. Like I said, he's socialized. That doesn't mean he's tame. He's been doing this a long time. He's very unlike normal wolves. Wolves in the wild would basically be scared of people. They want nothing to do with people. You can contrast that to their cousins, coyotes, who are actually a lot more comfortable around people, can be found in urban areas. But Atka and other wolves in the wild would be scared of people, maybe curious, generally scared. But out here, he's pretty comfortable. Now, as he's walking around exploring things, take a look at how big his paws are. His paws are absolutely huge for a canine of that size. Much bigger than a dog's paws would be of that size. They're really big. They're also webbed. So in the winter, they basically act like snowshoes. So he can sort of float on the snow.
They wanted to open up to new audiences, and so I have a space, and I have a different audience than they do, and so it kind of worked out, and since then we've been kind of working with many rescues. So
I would myself travel to the ends of the earth just to catch a glimpse of them in the wild if I had that opportunity, and that in of itself is why we should conserve them.
You always see those wolf-looking dogs. You always wonder, you know, what's a wolf really like? Will it come up to you and try to attack you because you see all these false realities and misconceptions from movies like Twilight, who paint this horrible picture of wolves sometimes? And it was actually pretty cool, and I actually enjoyed it, learned a lot from seeing Atka moving around, and learned a lot from the conservation center, and it's been a great learning experience.
When he opened up his mouth and started, eating the meat popsicle, I was just blown away. It was incredible. And when I was doing research on my piece, so that I knew something about wolves before the show, I was reading about the power of their jaws and how they can crush bone. And I thought it was absolutely incredible.
I think it went really well. People were asking really, really good questions, which means they're very interested. And hopefully, they'll spread the word, they'll check out the website, because, ultimately it's all about education.
So we had lots of things to keep him busy, lots of treats like the liver popsicle and whatnot. But it's always fun watching Atka and, the new places he takes us.
He's aged like a fine wine. He's such a professional. He does this so well. Everything went very well. It's hot, especially for the end of May. So he was getting a little hot towards the end, and he's very clear at telling you when he's finished. He always goes to the door, and he communicates really well. So we have a system down, and he usually is good for about 20 minutes max, and then he's ready to go inside.